Good morning, gang. Happy Thursday morning. So, anybody feel like we're doing time travel? Flashback to this time, 2019, okay? Just before New Year's, going into 2020. And we're all going about our normal festivities, getting ready for New Year's or doing whatever, cleaning up from Christmas. The economy was good at that point, but that's a different story. You know, we had a president who knew what he was doing at that point. But in a few short months, the world turned upside down on us, right? And where did it all start? China, okay? As much as the media tried to say this had nothing to do with China and everything like that, as usual, by the time all the lies from the media and lies from from Congress were exposed, we realized that COVID came from China. Well, guess what? This is, as Prepared Homestead Travis put it last year, 2022. Just took a little longer. Apparently, you guys have probably heard somewhat about the COVID breakouts in China, and they're still going through it. Mind you, their solution to stopping COVID was to lock everybody down practically for 2 years, and where those that were smart said, go about and do your thing. Think of Florida, okay, how they kicked it in the butt early on because they didn't do any, they didn't put any of these idiotic restrictions in place. China did. And the states that came out of it faster were the ones that didn't put the restrictions in. And then the countries started to realize these lockdowns and masks and everything don't work. And so this go back to your normal life, and COVID kind of disappeared. Except in China, where they kept doing these totalitarian tactics. Well, now it's getting worse, and I don't know if it's a new variant or whatever it is, but China is trying to spread it around the world again. Spread the love, okay? Remember when the campaign was going on for president and everything like that, Biden calling Trump a xenophobe for restricting travel from China to the United States because he didn't want to be causing any superspreader events. Yeah. What Biden do yesterday? Restricted travel from China. I don't know. It was a good idea because he was a good president. You, on the other hand, sir, suck. Okay? You haven't had a good idea yet, and the only things that have worked that you've done are the Trump-era policies that you've reinstated. So you think this is, scare tactics. 2 planes landed in Italy overnight from China, and the Italians decided to test the people on board these planes for COVID, make sure we didn't have a problem. Half of the passengers. So you figure this, you had 2 planes, literally the equivalent of 1 full plane load out of 2 tested positive for COVID. The Chinese people are trying to get out of the country. No surprise. Would you want to live under a totalitarian dictatorship? Well, if you're a liberal, yes. Okay. But if you have any common sense or brains, no. Okay. So the Chinese are trying to get out of the country, go wherever they can, catch whatever plane they can get. Hopefully they're not planning on flying Southwest. So they're starting to make a run on the airports in China, okay? As they have a chance to get out. And if you look at it, what almost are they trying to play? Now, again, this is going to be me speculating. This is the busiest travel time of the year all over the world between Thanksgiving and New Year's. Airport employees are stressed out to the max. They're overworked, okay? They've got more people coming through, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This is the best time to try to sneak somebody through. People aren't going to be able to be scrutinized that much at an airport, okay? So what's the plan? Again, me speculating. Could the Chinese be trying to spread this all over again? And hey, if we can send a bunch of people, all we need is a couple to get through. If 95% get caught, who cares? We got 5% through. Kind of the same theory that the illegals use coming across the southern border. They know there's a good chance of getting caught, but a few of them are going to get through, and they're willing to take that risk. Okay. Then, of course, now what do you have? It's like, oh, the ones that make it through don't have as good of a life, not as many handouts as the ones that get caught, because once they get caught, of course, we go, hey, you know what? Here's a bunch of money, a credit card, some food stamps. By the way, here's a car and a hotel voucher, too. Okay. This is what we have to be careful of, right? And I'm not saying be xenophobic, okay, by any means. Just because you run across an Asian person somewhere or whatever, I am absolutely not saying, oh my God, it's, treat them like they have the plague. No, okay? It's the same as after 9/11 when you had Islamophobia, okay? Just because somebody was Muslim did not mean that they were a terrorist, all right? Same thing here. Just because somebody's Asian does not mean they are some coronavirus carrying Chinese. What I'm saying is be prepared, again, going ahead to what could possibly happen. Does Biden want lockdowns again? I don't know. Maybe. Okay. It's funny, last year on beginning of January, I said one of the things I was wrong on in my predictions was that we were going to have something, a new set of lockdowns, something else. Maybe I was just a little bit early. But even then, I think it's Boston Public Schools that announced for the first 2 weeks after Christmas break, all the kids are going to be required to mask up again. Irregardless of the fact that we've got 2 years of evidence right now that masks don't work. But let's have the kids mask up again because, it was so successful the first time. This is where we're going, guys. And just like last time, remember, this is more an attempt at control. And, all right, we didn't have, we only got 68% or whatever it was to comply last time, but we were able to control the people for some time. Start putting puzzle pieces together. If the Chinese can do this and make a worldwide panic again, wouldn't that be a good time to go into Taiwan? Look at what all the mandates did to decimate our military as is. Okay? Let's do it again. It's the easiest way to weaken forces and for China to take over the world. And if anybody still doesn't think that's their plan, you are sadly mistaken. Pinball out.